What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to PS5 Nexus. We are absolutely pumped to dive into a whirlwind of the latest and greatest in the PlayStation universe. The news cycle never sleeps, and neither do we, bringing you the must-know updates that are shaping your gaming experience. Get ready, because we've got some seriously game-changing information that you won't want to miss. From incredible deals on recently released titles to deep dives into highly anticipated games and a puzzle phenomenon that's getting a stunning makeover, we're covering it all. Stick around, because this is the fast-paced, high-energy rundown you've been waiting for to kick off your gaming week. Let's get right into it. First up, we've got a surprise that's already got wallets opening up. A massively popular title, lauded for its incredible remake, has hit the PlayStation Store with a discount that's frankly unbelievable, especially considering how recently it dropped. We're talking about a major title that's not just a fresh coat of paint, but a complete reimagining, and it's already slashed in price. You do not want to miss the details on this one, because it's a limited-time offer that could be your chance to grab a modern classic for less. Next, we're diving deep into a game that's been on the radar for what feels like forever. A title that's finally in the hands of players and is already sparking intense discussion. This is a game that's been through a long and arduous development, evolving from a solo passion project to a major release. We're exploring what it's like to actually play it, dissecting its core mechanics, its visual presentation, and whether the long wait has truly paid off. Is this the character action epic we were promised? We've got an in-depth look that will give you all the insights. Then, prepare to have your senses overloaded in the best way possible. A beloved puzzle series is making a triumphant return, and it's looking absolutely spectacular. This isn't just a new entry, it's a complete visual and auditory feast, aiming to redefine what a puzzle game can be. We're talking about a title that fuses addictive gameplay with breathtaking aesthetics, creating an experience that's both mesmerizing and incredibly engaging. Get ready for a deep dive into what makes this revival so exciting and why it's already generating so much buzz. And finally, for those who want to get hands-on before committing, there's a chance to test out a highly anticipated title that's just dropped a demo. We're breaking down what you can expect from this playable slice of a massive game, including the challenges it presents and what it reveals about the full experience. It's your opportunity to jump in and see if it lives up to the hype. All that and more, right here on PS5 Nexus. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for all the latest, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. A classic reboot sees a surprise price drop. Get ready for some incredible news that's already creating a buzz in the gaming community. A critically acclaimed remake, which only launched last month, is now available at a significant discount on the PlayStation Store. This is a fantastic opportunity for PlayStation players to snag a highly praised title that has been revitalized for modern hardware. The game in question is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4 Cross-Gen Edition, developed by Iron Galaxy and published by Activision. It's currently on sale for $37.49, marking a substantial 25% reduction from its original $49.99 price tag. This promotion is particularly exciting because it includes both the PS5 and PS4 versions of the game, ensuring a wide audience can take advantage of this deal. However, players will need to act fast, as this offer is only valid until September 10th at 2:59 a.m. ET, making it a limited-time event. Activision's description on the PlayStation Store perfectly captures the excitement surrounding this release. Get hyped for the legendary franchise to return with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4. Everything you loved is back, but revamped with more skaters, new parks, gnarlier tricks, eardrum-shattering music, plus a whole lot more. This statement highlights the comprehensive nature of the remake, promising a faithful yet enhanced experience for both longtime fans and newcomers. Upon its release in July, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4 was met with widespread critical acclaim. It garnered an average review score of 82 on Metacritic, based on feedback from 63 critics. Our own sister site, Coming Soon, awarded the game a stellar 9 out of 10. Our review praised the efforts of Iron Galaxy, stating, "I've spent 20 hours in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4 so far, and I'm surely going to spend 20 more." Iron Galaxy has done a great job of recreating some classic stages, creating their own, and really nailing the spirit of these games. Tony Hawk has never looked or played better, and I can't wait to see where the franchise goes from here. The sentiment is clear. This remake successfully captures the essence of the beloved original while pushing it forward with modern enhancements, making it a must-have for fans of skateboarding games. The community reaction has been overwhelmingly positive, with many players expressing their excitement at revisiting the iconic series at such an accessible price point. Analysts note that the early sale is a strategic move by Activision to capitalize on the game's strong launch reception and to encourage wider adoption before the holiday season begins. This deal represents a significant value, offering a full-fledged remake of two classic titles with extensive content and updated features. But is this the only major title making waves with a special offer? Stay tuned as we break down another highly anticipated game that's finally getting into players' hands. A long-awaited action game faces scrutiny and player trials. After years of anticipation, a highly anticipated action game finally enters the spotlight, allowing players to experience its intense combat firsthand. However, as is often the case with projects that have endured lengthy development cycles and evolving scopes, the final product is being met with a mix of admiration for its core mechanics and critical analysis of its overall presentation and narrative. Lost Soul Aside, a title that began as a solo endeavor and later received significant backing through PlayStation's China Hero project, has finally been released. Despite its ambitious, AA-aliening presentation, the game's indie origins are palpable. It's clear that a deep passion for the character action genre, heavily inspired by titles like Devil May Cry and the works of Platinum Games, fuels the game's combat system. However, these thrilling, reaction-based battles are intertwined with what some critics and players are describing as the more generic elements of modern game design. These include a surprisingly conventional story, simplistic characters, extensive skill trees, crafting systems, and loot drops that offer minimal, often imperceptible, stat improvements. While these additions don't necessarily bloat the experience, they can feel somewhat extraneous, as if included to meet the expectations of a $70 PS5 release rather than being integral to the original vision. The narrative of Lost Soul Aside is frequently cited as its weakest component. The story revolves around a familiar tale of an oppressive empire, a rebel faction, and a returning otherworldly enemy, a plot that feels uninspired and cliché. Coupled with shaky English voice acting and a lack of in-depth world-building outside of menu-based character biographies, the narrative struggles to engage players. The characters, including the protagonist Kaiser and his dragon spirit companion, are often described as one-dimensional, and the game's attempts at expanding its lore through various fantasy and sci-fi terms are delivered with little explanation, leaving players to piece together a fragmented world. Despite these narrative shortcomings, the game's action-packed combat is where it truly shines. The core gameplay loop emphasizes flashy combos, special abilities, and precise defensive maneuvers like dodging and parrying. While the depth of the combat system might not be immediately apparent, mastering its intricacies, especially during challenging boss encounters, reveals a significant degree of player freedom and expressive potential. Players are encouraged to style on enemies, executing elaborate sequences to demonstrate their dominance. The game features a substantial number of bosses, each requiring careful observation of attack patterns and precise timing for dodges and blocks. The introduction of a gatekeeper boss early in the game serves as a significant difficulty spike, a point that might draw criticism, but ultimately serves to teach players the game's demanding mechanics. Unlike some action titles, Lost Soul Aside does not offer difficulty settings, reinforcing its commitment to a challenging, skill-based experience that demands mastery of its defensive options. However, even the combat is not without its criticisms. Some players feel a lack of tangible weight behind certain attacks, with floaty animations and absent sound effects diminishing the impact of otherwise stylish moves. This perceived lack of polish, from emotionless character models resembling wax dummies to environments that feel unfinished and technical hitches during traversal. Even on the PS5 Pro, suggests that the game may not entirely live up to its premium price point. Audio mixing issues, where music abruptly cuts in and out, and sound effects that end prematurely, further contribute to this feeling of incomplete polish, even with a day-one patch installed. Audience impact. Initial player feedback highlights a division between those who praise the deep combat mechanics and those disappointed by the narrative and technical polish. Many feel the game is a mixed bag, offering thrilling action, but hampered by a lack of refinement and a forgettable story. The consensus is that while action enthusiasts might find plenty to enjoy, the overall package struggles to justify its premium cost for a broader audience. But is this the only game pushing the boundaries of visual and auditory presentation? Prepare yourself for a vibrant new take on a classic puzzle experience that's dazzling players with its style. A beloved puzzle series gets a dazzling audio-visual overhaul. Get ready to experience a puzzle game like never before. A classic falling block puzzler, renowned for its unique blend of gameplay and audio-visual flair, is making a spectacular comeback on PS5. This new iteration promises to be an absolute feast for the senses, elevating the series' signature style to breathtaking new heights. Lumines, a series that stands proudly alongside giants like Tetris as one of the greatest falling block puzzle games, is back with Lumines Arise. Drawing inspiration from the audio-visual mastery scene in titles like Tetris Effect, Lumines Arise aims to fuse addictive puzzle mechanics with stunning visual and auditory design. A playable demo is currently available, offering a glimpse into the vibrant world of the game before its official release. The core gameplay of Lumines involves 2x2 squares composed of two different colored blocks descending into the playfield. Players must strategically arrange these blocks to form squares of a single color. These completed squares are then cleared from the field by a sweeping timeline that moves in sync with the game's music. The rules are simple to grasp, but the depth quickly becomes apparent, especially when chaining together combos that award significant points. Unlike Tetris, gravity plays a crucial role, as blocks will fall to fill any empty spaces below, adding another layer of strategic planning. What sets Lumines Arise apart is its ambitious presentational overhaul. The series has always been about the synergy between gameplay, music, and visuals, and Arise pushes this concept to the extreme. The demo showcases a variety of stages, each with distinct music and themes. From ethereal vocals accompanying mysterious backgrounds to ambient synths in abstract realms, and pulse-bounding beats for more energetic stages, the audio-visual experience is incredibly dynamic and immersive. The visual quality is exceptionally clean, with animated backdrops and vivid colors that create a mesmerizing effect, especially when players are deep in a combo and zoning out to the music. The game is designed to be deeply engrossing, particularly when experienced with a good pair of headphones. Arise also introduces a significant new mechanic called Burst. As players successfully clear blocks and maintain combos, a percentage meter fills up. Once this meter reaches 50% or higher, players can activate Burst, which temporarily freezes the timeline's clearing effect for a specific color. This allows players to stack blocks of that color, creating massive combos for substantial score bonuses. The longer Burst is active, the greater the payoff, and it serves as an excellent tool for both achieving high scores and escaping difficult situations. The multiplayer aspect of the demo also unveils an exciting new mode, Burst Battle. This is a competitive one-on-one mode where successfully clearing squares and executing combos sends garbage blocks to the opponent's playfield, narrowing their space and hindering their progress. Burst can be used defensively to clear incoming garbage or offensively to turn the tables on an opponent, offering a dynamic shift in strategy that was less prominent in previous multiplayer modes. Furthermore, Lumines Arise prioritizes accessibility, offering a range of options to customize the experience. Players can adjust the intensity of animations and visual effects if the default presentation is overwhelming. And no stress, Lumines option even allows players to disable automatic block falling or the game over condition, catering to those who prefer a more relaxed or practice-oriented playstyle. Audience impact. Players who have tried the demo have expressed immense excitement for the full release, praising the visual and auditory enhancements and the addictive core gameplay. Many are particularly impressed by the accessibility options and the new burst mechanic, seeing it as a significant evolution for the series. The comparison to Tetris Effect is frequent, with many believing Lumines Arise is on track to deliver a similarly captivating experience. But what if you want to get a feel for a game before diving into the full release? We've got details on a demo that's just become available for another highly anticipated title. Experience a highly anticipated action game with a new demo. For those eager to get a hands-on taste of a much-discussed title, a free demo has now become available, offering a glimpse into its challenging gameplay and epic boss battles. This is your chance to form your own opinion on this long-awaited action game before its full release. Lost Soul Aside, a game that has been on the radar for a considerable time, has released a playable demo that allows players to experience a portion of its action-heavy journey. While the demo is slowly rolling out worldwide, it is already accessible in regions like Australia, New Zealand, and parts of Asia, with a global release scheduled for August 29th. This demo is designed to give players a taste of the game's core mechanics and its demanding combat system. The demo invites players to take the first step of a hero's journey and face 2 epic boss battles. It's important to note that any progress made within the demo will not transfer to the full game upon purchase. The description highlights the challenges awaiting players. Prepare Kaiser for brutal challenges to save humanity, with 2 epic boss battles. Chain skillful sword combos in a deadly duel with the Rose Queen, a legendary warrior unleashing flurries of rapid strikes and dazzling slashes. Wield potent arena powers and a 2-handed greatsword to face the Empire's formidable champion, Holy Knight Commander Victor, and the immense ancient mecha construct in a ferocious clash for the ages. Can you survive? Are you ready for your epic odyssey in Lost Soul Aside? This detailed description sets the stage for the intense encounters players can expect. Our own review in progress for Lost Soul Aside has already touched upon the game's strengths and weaknesses, noting the impressive combat dynamics, but also the narrative and polish issues. The demo provides an opportunity for players to directly assess these aspects themselves. Early feedback from players who have tried the demo often points to the flashy combat and the challenging boss fights as highlights. However, many also echo the sentiments found in initial reviews regarding the perceived lack of impact in combat animations, the bland character design, and technical roughness, such as aggressive motion blur and micro-stutters during traversal. The demo's performance and overall feel have solidified some players' initial impressions, while for others, it has sparked further curiosity. Audience impact. Players are actively sharing their experiences with the demo online, with discussions focusing on the combat difficulty, visual presentation, and overall gameplay feel. Many are using the demo as a deciding factor for whether to purchase the full game, with opinions being heavily influenced by the hands-on experience. The availability of the demo is seen as a positive step in allowing players to make informed decisions, especially given the game's long development history and the varying expectations. We've covered a lot of exciting updates today. But before we wrap up, let's quickly recap the biggest stories. And that wraps up another packed episode of PS5 Nexus. We saw Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4 Cross-Gen Edition drop to an amazing price. Lost Soul Aside continues to impress with its deep combat, and a new demo is available. The vibrant Lumines Arise is set to dazzle on PS5, and you can now try out Lost Soul Aside with its new demo. Make sure you hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to PS5 Nexus for all your latest PlayStation news and updates, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss a single upload. Also, check out our social media links in the description below to stay connected. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.